Oh, boys, it has happened. It has finally happened. Infinity Ward, Activision have finally listened to us through all our screaming, stamping our feet, and crying out for this beautiful game to be remastered. It is finally happening. And I can't express how happy I am. I have played 40 plus days into this game. For some people that seems like an absolute decade, and for some people that doesn't really seem like much time at all, but this game was one of the most complete Call of Duties you have ever played. Sure, it had things about it that were needed of changing, maybe a little bit broken, could have been fixed, but that is nothing compared to some of the things that you've seen in previous Call of Duty titles, some of the newer Call of Duty titles, and oh my goodness, the fun that you have on this game. I could play this game blindfolded. I am that in tune with how it works. So if you haven't seen, I'll put a link in the description for you to a tweet that I made earlier. On Twitter, when I woke up this morning, there were rumors flying around that COD 4 was being remastered, and I saw this picture of a Snapchat where you got a pre-order card with Infinite Warfare on it, the Legacy Edition, with a reservation card. And you also get Call of Duty, what looks like Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, remastered with that pre-order card. Now, no one actually gave a damn about the fact that Infinite Warfare was on the cover, because I think a day before, 2 days before, everyone had been tweeting about Infinite Warfare and comparing it to Toy Story, because I'm pretty sure people are very much tired of this Advanced Warfare lark and flying around the map in the air and stuff like that. They just want a boots to ground Call of Duty, and it looks like, even if it is just a remaster, which, in all honesty, that's all we've wanted for decades now, is a remastered Call of Duty. But not just that, the best Call of Duty multiplayer there is. I still have to say that I think Infinity Ward have to be given their credit. You've got to give this new game a chance. Infinite Warfare, you never know, it could be a really good Call of Duty. It could be different, and we'll like it that way. There's so much possibilities, and I did a commentary about it I think about a month ago or so, when it was first announced that maybe it was going to be a space warfare type thing, which you can go and check out if you want to at the end of this video. But there is a lot to go on with this Infinite Warfare that I think could be really good for the franchise. There's a lot of possibilities, and because it hasn't been done before and it's totally new, there's so many things that they could do and put into the game. So I think you really do have to give it a chance before that is said. But going back to this remastered version, it could be something like the Master Chief Collection that Halo brought forward, because it doesn't actually show the 4-part on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare so far. So it could be a collection of Modern Warfares going on. So we could see Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 thrown in there, and some remastered stuff there. Or it could just be those individual multiplayers put onto the Xbox One and the PS4 so you can go and play it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was quite a simple remaster, and it's actually just the same servers and stuff like that that you're being put onto for the 360. I don't think they would do that, because when you go on some of these older Call of Duties, there are still people going around hacking the game in some lobbies, and I think that would probably be against their best interests. You know, Call of Duty have just kind of, when there's been hacks and stuff like that in the older Call of Duties, we know World at War is basically unplayable on console now. They've kind of turned a blind eye to it and act as if it doesn't actually exist. So I'm expecting a fully well-made remaster going into this, and it is going to be great. If you've never played Call of Duty 4 before, honestly, one of the best first-person shooter multiplayer experiences I've ever had. Just everything about it was great. There wasn't this overpowered stuff. Like, there were guns that were obviously better than others. There were guns that you could challenge yourself with. The attachments were simple. The perks were simple. The kill streaks were simple as anything. It was just a beautiful Call of Duty, and one of the, especially on the PC side, was probably one of the most groundbreaking establishments for first-person shooters, like the pro mod scene especially, and the competitive side and PC. I've got friends who have actually played pro mod and have played competitive Call of Duty 4 back in the day, so there is a lot to be said about this. I would love to see this get its own recognizable sort of time in the sun, if that makes sense. So I'd love to see it actually get time at being a competitive game instead of just something that they put on to kind of give you that chance to play one of the older Call of Duties. I remember when it was, I think it might have been was it Modern Warfare 2 that it was? I think it was Modern Warfare 2 that if you ordered like the Prestige Edition or something, you actually got Call of Duty 1. Speaking of that remake for Call of Duty 1, it was actually a single player and a multiplayer experience, and the reservation card doesn't actually say whether it's going to be a single player and a multiplayer remake. I have no idea why they wouldn't include the multiplayer remake. It absolutely makes no sense to remaster a game like that for the campaign, because although the campaign was nice in its sense, when I first played it back in, I think it was like December of 2007 or something like that, it was a real good experience. It was actually a really enjoyable for someone who wasn't really into his first-person shooters, especially like modern-day realistic first-person shooters. I played a lot of Halo back in the day, so getting into it, it was a really fun and enjoyable experience, but I don't think it's really worth advertising for a remaster unless you're going to get the multiplayer experience. So I have to say, I'm extremely pumped for this. If you are pumped for this, do let me know. Let me know what your favourite part of Call of Duty 4 is, and if there was any other Call of Duty that you would like to see remade in the future, do let me know. Let me know what you think should be remastered going forward. I would love to see a World at War remaster. It's quite an obvious one. When you think about it, some of them are still quite modern, so getting a remaster almost seems a bit cheeky in that sense, because they're all still good and playable on the 360 at least. It would be nice to have them backwards compatible for the Xbox One. But World at War, you can't actually play it on the console, really. I don't know what it's like on the PlayStation 3 right now, but Xbox 360 is almost impossible to play it. But I'd love to see a remaster of World at War, one of my favourite Call of Duty multiplayers as well. Basically on a par with COD 4, that's how highly rated that one. But let me know your thoughts and feelings on this, and let me know how pumped you are. I'll see you very soon. Peace out.